Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Chuck Graham Show. It is 3 o'clock in the morning here in Mississippi. You can support the show at charlesgraham.com. Go to charlesgraham.com. You can see us on Gab, Rumble, YouTube, sometimes YouTube, depending on what we're talking about. Today, you'll probably see it on YouTube because I'm talking about Mississippi Senator Roger Wicker. Now, I emailed Mr. Wicker and asked him what in the fuck he was talking about by voting for that damn infrastructure bill. Now, this was the last time he voted for it. And his excuse to me is that, well, it's for roads and bridges. And it's for infrastructure of Mississippi. And it's going to help Mississippians. Yeah, horse shit. And I won't ever vote for him again either. If I had the backing and the resources, I might even run against him. The point being is this. $110 billion out of $1.3 trillion went to fucking infrastructure. You don't have to be a mathematician to understand that's a bad idea to vote for something, you idiot. The fact of the matter is, $110 billion goes to infrastructure. Out of the trillion. Over $1 trillion. That's a bad idea. Again, no disparaging comments, but you have to be a moron for that to be the reason that you bankrupt the country. Really? Jesus Christ. And he wasn't the only one either. There was 12 other rhinos over there that did it. I don't know what the hell they're thinking. And it's like I said, it's not just Wicker. It's about 12 other ones there. And I can't remember the names of them. Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell. Those are the main ones. Lindsey Graham, oh, Jesus Christ. Mr. Beg to keep his position and then vote literally every single judge that was appointed by Biden. Lindsey Graham voted for it. Voted for them to confirm them. That is no shit. I think it was like 24 confirmations. It was ridiculous. Oh, well, I guess we just got to get along. No, we got to fight like hell is what we got to do. Because they're, oh, geez. But everything from critical race theory to I don't know, our government lying to us about Corona. I mean, when are we going to just have enough, folks? And then you got people like Wicker, Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, all of those people voting for an infrastructure bill, and they say the same thing. Ted Cruz said it today. God, I wish Ted Cruz was our senator. Apparently he is, because we don't really have one that's representing, I don't know, conservatives. But let's just put it this way. If someone told you that you've got to spend $1.3 trillion. Now, keep in mind, and only, I don't know, a tenth of that is going, or less than a tenth of that is going to infrastructure, roads, bridges, that sort of thing. And then you divide that amongst the states. It's not like Mississippi's going to get $110 billion. That's great, isn't it? That's just wonderful. So U13 sold out the country for $10 billion apiece. Or, well, it's probably less than that. Divided by 50. I don't have a calculator. It makes no freaking sense. Probably about $1 billion. If you do the math on it, it's going to be about $2 billion. Roughly. Yeah, about $2 billion. A little over $2 billion. Had to do it in my head. Sorry. The point being is this. You sell out our state for a couple of $1 billion, maybe a little bit more. And you put us in debt $1.3 trillion. Boy, that's some stellar business moves. If the government had to run its business like a business runs its business, there would be no government. It would have done collapsed years ago. This is why nobody trusts anybody in Washington. This is why everybody liked Trump, is because he shined a magnifying glass on these people. Republicans too. Why do you think all them dipshits are retiring over in the House of Representatives? They don't want the humiliating defeat that's coming for them. And it's coming for our Senate too. Sick of it, man. I mean, even Democrats. I mean, I thought just the other day that, oh God, our saving grace is Joe Manchin and Sinema. I'm like, oh gosh, thank God for them. And then here you go. You got Mitch McConnell, which is supposed to be the brainiac of the Senate. Yeah. And that, yeah. Hey, you know, they're going to take this country and never fire a shot. All because of dipshits we got in office. If I would have been in the Senate, I would have told them, hell fucking no. Hell no. Yeah, I'm like Ted Cruz now. If you want roads and bridges, fine. Let's pass something with roads and bridges. What I think they should do is they should pass legislation that you can't have more than one or two issues in one bill. That's what needs to happen. They ought to handcuff their ass to where they can only have one or two issues. No more than two. No more than two. Not 700 fucking issues. And climate change. Okay, let's pretend that's real for a moment. Okay, 1989, UN said it. It was an AP. You can go look it up, and I may even post it on here. AP News. It was a true article that if we don't do something about climate change by the year 2000, and this was written in 1989, the world could end. Or it'd be underwater. Really? But look it up. I'll post it here because I'm paraphrasing here. Right? So I'm going to post it. Take a look. Awesome, isn't it? I mean, it's awesome that we have, you know, people putting billions of dollars into shit and a conspiracy that's been going on for years and years and years. Is climate change real? Yes. But there's not a fucking thing we can do about it. And even if we could, we're only 1% or so of the footprint of the carbon emissions. Until China's communist ass is over there, stop polluting the fucking world, our little effort's going to be nothing. I think we're on a really good path to clean energy. I have no problem with clean energy. I have no problem with addressing the issues of that we can do something about. But the world heats up and cools down about every 14,000 years. I've said this 100 times, and any first-year science major knows it. And there's nothing you can do about it. But it happens so slowly that your grandkids will be dead by the time the sea levels rise enough to flood a city. It happens that slowly. As the polar ice caps melt, the seas rise. As the seas rise, the earth cools down, freezes the polar ice caps. It's a never-ending damn cycle. Don't take my word for it. Go take science. First year, college. You know, I didn't get my degree in 1972. I got it in 2019. So it's not like I just hadn't studied that shit. So my point being is this. Is climate change real? Sure. Sure it is. But there's nothing you can do about it. But thank you, Mr. Wicker. We are so happy that we have $2 billion for Mississippi's roads and bridges. I would rather drive my Cadillac. Don't get all excited. It's a 2001. Over dirt roads than I had sell out the country for a few $1 billion to protect what? Roads and bridges, which likely will hardly ever get to us? Yeah, okay. $10 says that 10 years down the road, this road outside my house here will be just as potholy as it has always been. Oh, but that's the city. Yeah, okay. Well, that's going to do it for me today, guys. I just wanted to voice my opinion on our stellar state senator voting for a pork-filled $1.3 trillion we don't fucking have, people. Bye-bye.